What is going on, everybody? I want to talk about Antonio Brown and this sideshow that has become his start with the Oakland Raiders. Now, we know that the Oakland Raiders is on Hard Knocks. They're filming Hard Knocks, and this is definitely going to help ratings. But I don't think that's what the Oakland Raiders really are looking for. It helps the NFL, it helps HBO, but it doesn't help them because they paid Antonio Brown to be able to be a part of their team. But it looks like, according to Antonio Brown, he does not want to play without the helmet that he has used in Pittsburgh. Now, I've been hearing some fake news or some conspiracy theory about how the hit that he took from Vontaze Burfict a couple years ago is why he is acting out the way that he has. And I have been critical of Antonio Brown. I've been very critical of Antonio Brown. And people have not liked that. But I have been proven right once again. Because I did not side with him completely on the situation in Pittsburgh. We all know Ben Roethlisberger is a bit of an a-hole. You know, I think Mike Tomlin briefly lost control of that team, and that's why they had to get rid of Antonio Brown. But now we see why they had to. Now, getting back to the conspiracy theory, there are people trying to blame a hit from 3 years ago on the fact that he is having the issues he's having now. Let me just tell you right now, that has nothing to do with his behavior. Antonio Brown has been Antonio Brown since he got into the league. Okay? I believe his particular draft class of wide receivers, it was him, Emmanuel Sanders, and I think Mike Wallace. I think all of them came in the league around the same time, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but I know the Pittsburgh drafted 3 wide receivers that year. And I think they called themselves the Young Money Clique or the Young Money Team, something of that effect. This was his rookie or second year. I think it might have been his second year. They would call themselves that. That's why Pittsburgh got rid of Mike Wallace, Emmanuel Sanders, and now Antonio Brown. You know, and as a matter of fact, Pittsburgh offered the contract they gave Antonio Brown a couple years back. Not a couple years, maybe was it about 5 or 6 years ago? They offered Mike Wallace the money that they ended up giving Antonio Brown. Okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here and blame that hit on why he's being the way that he is. This is Antonio Brown. Pittsburgh knows it, and they're glad they got rid of him. And they're glad they're able to focus on football and not on how Antonio Brown feels, you know, and what he believes. You know what's funny? I was looking at some clips at ESPN, and some of the same people that were defending the guy are now criticizing him. That's what's funny, because a lot of people defended Antonio Brown. Some of you dudes, you defended him with his issue with Pittsburgh, as if he did nothing wrong and everything has been Roethlisberger's fault. We have to have accountability out here, people. If there's no accountability, you're going to see situations like this with Antonio Brown. You're going to see a situation with a guy who puts himself above everybody else, which, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that if you're focused on your financial situation. I think these players should get as much money as they can. But when you are refusing to play because you want the helmet that you had in Pittsburgh, which to me may be superstition. Maybe he's superstitious and he needs that particular helmet. But the helmets that the NFL is approving are helmets that is meant to make it safer for wide receivers. Okay? They're not doing it because they're trying to be vindictive or they're trying to be mean-spirited or bully these players. They're saying, listen, This is to make the game safer, because we don't want more players having brain issues. Now, for the people who want to blame Vontaze Burfict's hit on, Antonio Brown acting out the way that he is, maybe there is an issue that we don't know about. Maybe down the road we'll find out that he developed CTE, but that would be a very fast development, wouldn't it? And look at it this way. The reason why I'm not going to say is because Luke Kuechly, who plays for the Panthers, has had, I think, a couple different concussions. He even left the game crying. Okay? And you don't see him acting out. You don't. It's if you as a person, okay, feel like you wanting and needing your helmet is more important than getting on the field during training camp, developing a rapport with your quarterback, learning the playbook, getting around your teammates. And it's not even the money thing with him. It's the whole, I want my helmet now and I'm not doing nothing until I get it. And he knows that the Raiders really are in a tough spot because they just gave this guy $30 million in guaranteed money. Now, there could be a situation where they could shut him down and not pay him, but that's going to be very difficult to do. They can fine him, but you don't want to set a bad precedent. When he came to the Raiders, it was going to be a fresh start. It was going to be different from what went on in Pittsburgh. But looking at what's going on, it don't seem like a damn thing changed.